Yeah, the Kalahari.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
We're running.
Yep, we're good.
Waiting for Jim.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hey, Jim. Mr. Burdick,
AJ.
it's all about you.
Call to order the regular common council meeting, Monday, July 1st, 7:06 PM. Roll call.
Braun,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson, Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes. Alderperson Olson is excused tonight. Next item is Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance. Confirmation of appropriate meeting notice.
Meeting was noticed on Friday, June 28th. Agendas were posted at the post office, library, and city hall.
Next item is council acceptance of the agenda.
Motion to accept?
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next item is personal appearances for non-agenda items. We have a couple recognitions we want to do here. I'll leave that one there. Candy Jeffrey, I know I saw her here somewhere. Got this declaration, I'm going to read it from here while we give it to you. Recognition, Candy Jeffrey. Whereas recognition is in order for Candy Jeffrey for her selfless act of heroism when she assisted a citizen in distress on Tuesday, June 18, 2019. And whereas while working for the U.S. Postal Service, Ms. Jeffrey observed a person lying unconscious on the sidewalk, and whereas Candy Jeffrey immediately pulled over, called 911, and began to administer CPR. And whereas Ms. Jeffrey continued to administer CPR until Officer Scott Cowden arrived and took over until the Edgerton Fire Department and EMS arrived. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Edgerton Police Department, the Edgerton Fire Protection District, and the entire city of Edgerton sincerely thanks Ms. Jeffrey for her prompt actions. Her prompt actions are a true testament to her selflessness, consideration, and willingness to help a fellow citizen in a time of need. Thank you.
Mayor, if you don't mind. So many of you know I'm the chief of police here, and Scott Cowden, after this occurred, this is Officer Scott Cowden, who was the first one on the scene, came to me after everything settled down and says, you know what, chief, you have to recognize him. And I had no hesitation whatsoever. We need more citizens like this in our city, and I'm happy to say she delivers our mail every day. And on behalf of the police department, I would like to give you one of our challenge coins. For you military men out there, know that what a challenge coin is. It's a token of appreciation for an individual's selfless act. There's more of a history of it, and the military guys know it, and we could talk about that afterwards. It's a long history, but thank you for what you did.
Did you want to say anything? You don't have to.
I just did what I would hope anybody would have done, you know. It was rough, but I'm sure the 911 operator had a little frustrated. This is a little person trying to roll over, but I did right.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Edgerton Declaration recognizing Joshua Lee. Whereas recognition is in order for Joshua Lee for his selfless act of heroism when he did not hesitate to help a neighbor in need on June 21st, 2019. And whereas Mr. Lee received a phone call from his neighbor in need of assistance. And whereas Joshua Lee immediately went to his neighbor's house and without hesitation took instruction from dispatch and began to administer CPR. And whereas Mr. Lee continued to administer CPR until emergency responders arrived. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Edgerton Police Department, the Edgerton Fire Protection District, and the entire city of Edgerton sincerely thank Mr. Lee for his selfless act to help his fellow neighbor. It's commendable.
So here we are, another act of heroism in a sense where Mr. Lee went to action. And you always hear those stories on TV about a 911 dispatcher walking somebody through. You know what? He didn't hesitate. And because of that, we're thankful he's here and appreciate what you've done. And we also have a challenge for you. Thank you.
Tucker was my friend. He's a good friend of mine. And I did what I could because it was important at the time. And I wouldn't do it for anybody. That's for sure. I'm sorry it worked out the way it did, Diane. But like I said, we'll do it all over again. I'm just glad I could be part of your guys' life. More importantly, I'm glad I have you.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris. Outstanding. The cops came and the aunties came. They treated me like I was their sister. They were so nice to me. And I just wish whoever was on duty that they get recognized for that too. Because everybody was just so helpful. And I hope everybody appreciates what we have in this town. From the fire department to the EMT to
And just rest assured, I gave letters of commendation to Lieutenant Burdick and to Officer Dempsey. And Councilman Burdick sent me an email expressing your gratitude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
we're very fortunate.
It's interesting, we're a small community, right, and we all know each other. I think that's one of the most challenging parts of living in a small community and being part of the emergency services, is in many cases we know the people we're responding to, and that adds to that. But the members of the fire department, the members of the police department, we're here for a reason, and we're going to do whatever we can. And so thank you very much for the
Yes, thank you both. And we will move on to the next item here, and that is to recognize Fire Chief Randy Pickering's Volunteer Fire Chief of the Year Award. There is more of a ceremony, I believe, due on district meeting night on the 11th.
On the 11th.
Candy, did you have
Yes.
something you wanted to?
Nope, there will be a formal line item. We actually will have Don Verwink and/or Janice Ringhand there to provide a nice little legislative proclamation for Randy Pickering, and that's at the board meeting on July 11th at 7 o'clock.
We don't have anything for you here tonight. We don't want to overshadow the fire district.
However, there was a wonderful article in the paper. If people haven't seen it, make sure that you get last week's paper. It was a very good article. And Randy, Chief, we're very, very proud of you. Job well done.
Yes, thank you for everything you've done for the fire department. I know I don't see as much of you as I used to, but it seems like things are going okay down there nowadays, so as busy as you guys have been.
Very well.
Thank you. And July 11th, fire station, 7 p.m. district meeting. So.
Yes.
And then the next item is anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on anything that's not on the agenda. Okay, so please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Gail Niebling, 219 York Road, and I'm here to speak with you this evening regarding the condition and the safety of York Road. The street is too narrow, steep, and tree-lined without special consideration for the foot traffic to support the volume of cars and the speed at which they travel, and makes it dangerous for pedestrians and deer that cross the road and leads to blind driveways. It appears that much of the volume is a result of cars taking a shortcut between Highway 59 and 51 to avoid the main street. And it's obvious that these aren't new issues. There are several signs along the road listing the speed limit as 15, warning pedestrians and the blind driveways. And since 15 seems appropriate for that street, I'm not asking you to make any changes in the law. Just enforce what's already in place. Since last winter, I've spoken to the police department, filed a concern through the city's website, and spoken with Mr. Burdick about this several times. My suggestion for the short term is to install speed bumps, just to slow the cars down and hopefully persuade drivers to maybe seek an alternative route and avoid York Road altogether. Now, I know that this could delay a need for the necessary repairs of the road. Currently, the south end needs some repairs, but from the top heading north, it's in pretty bad shape. The added traffic isn't helping the condition and is more than likely to cause further deterioration. So I don't know if you have a better solution, but I would really like to see speed bumps on there before somebody really gets hurt on that road. I walk it every day. My husband is a runner, and it is dangerous out there. So I would really like some consideration on enforcing the rules that are already out there.
Thank you.
Can I give a little background on that too? No.
Not on the agenda. But Public Works should probably look at that and Public Safety both.
That's all I was going to say, is it's in the process.
Okay, okay. Thanks. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to the minutes from June 17th.
Motion to approve June 17th council minutes.
Second.
Thank you.
Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. And now on to committee reports and finance.
Okay, finance met this evening. And I'll make a motion to approve change order number 1 from Corporate Contractors, Inc. for the Veterans Building canopy renovation and a decreased amount of $3,000.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the final pay request from Corporate Contractors, Inc. for the Vets Building canopy renovation in the amount of $32,413.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $208,798.77.
Second.
Questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, there's a motion to, I'll make a motion to review the operator's license for Caitlin Ritchie after her court date and/or any waiting period at that time.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, motion to approve public event packet with the following conditions for the Edgerton Tobacco Heritage Days and Tobacco Days Car and Truck Show, allowing animals in the park, having the park open until midnight, also allowing open concessions, and the city paying half of the overtime for the evening hours for the police officers, and the Tobacco Days Committee paying the other half of the overtime.
Second.
Any discussion?
Did they ask about the animals at the park? I didn't see that in here.
I know they had it last year.
They had it last year,
we
so
wanted
to be on the safe side, yeah.
Yeah, they were called last week to attend the meeting, but no one arrived. We just want to make sure we have all our bases covered.
Oh. Because wouldn't they have put it down if that was one of their activities?
Well, you would think so, but it does, sometimes things are forgotten, and then we don't want to have to call another special meeting, so at least just to be on the safe side.
And we're keeping the concession stand open.
Correct.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve temporary Class B beer and wine license for Edgerton Tobacco Days, Tobacco Heritage Days Committee for July 19th through the 21st, 2019.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve the quote for the purchase of a concrete saw in the amount of $6,705 from Badger Contractors.
Skipped one.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, I am sorry, I'll
We
come
can-
back to
we'll go
that.
back to
I
that.
apologize.
Got the second there from Dave?
Well, on number 8.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, the motion is for the concrete saw. Any further discussion? None, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Now we'll go back to 7. Motion to approve quote for stormwater work located behind Stop and Go in the amount of $2,950 for G. Fox.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, motion to approve street crack filling quotes, low bid price per pound to crack filling services with a 3/4 inch router, standard at $1.50 per pound, and also granting flexibility in which streets are to be crack filled first.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve recommendation or adoption of City of Edgerton Resolution 17-19, approving the write-off of 2017 delinquent personal property taxes in the amount of $956.27.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Radke,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Motion passes.
That's it for finance.
Thank you. Personnel.
Personnel met this evening, and two things: we elected a chair, and we also
Fill the vacant spot.
yeah, I was going to say, we don't have a motion here because the personnel there. We also approved the appointment for Dan Reed's vacancy to Ryan Valley.
Okay.
So that's it for
Thank you.
personnel.
Public safety.
Public safety met earlier today, and Healthy Edgerton presented gave a good presentation on e-cigarettes and Juuls and a lot of that other stuff, whatever they call them. But anyway, what their goal with us is to have the city take a review the no smoking policy and trying to add e-cigarettes, what do you call them?
Vape pens?
No, what's
Electronic.
electronic delivery, electronic delivery devices, not just Juuls or e-cigs.
That
So-
encompasses them all when
and
it's like that? Okay.
They discussed that the school's already changed theirs, and they've got other cities that have. We requested that they give us, show us some of the policies that the other cities have written, give us a guide to go by. We would present it to the city attorney and see where we're at with it before we come back to council with it.
Or we received a number of the sample policies, and we're working on a draft for
Oh, you have?
consideration.
Oh, okay. We haven't seen any.
She's on top of it.
Seen any.
Luck with that.
That's pretty much it. Chief provided comments on the National Night Out. Quite a lengthy list of things that he's got going on that night out. I couldn't even begin to tell you all the stuff he's got going, but he's doing a great job on it. He also gave letters of, as he mentioned earlier, letters of commendation for Lieutenant Barrick and Officer Dempsey for the same thing that Josh Lee got his for earlier. And that was it.
All right, thank you. Fire district?
Yes, before I turn it over to Chief Pickering, again, I'll just reiterate, at our next board meeting, which is a week from Thursday, July 11th, 7 o'clock, we will have an official commendation, if you will, for Chief Pickering, and I would encourage everybody to come at least for that piece. We'll make sure it's up high enough in the agenda in case you don't want to stay for the whole meeting, because sometimes they get a little lengthy, don't they, Chief? With Chief's updates, but they're all good things. I think I was remiss in stating before how wonderful you have been, Chief, for the department and the community. It was a little emotional earlier, and I didn't want to make a blubbering idiot out of myself, but I've been involved with the fire department and EMS for many years, both as a EMT as well as on the Volunteer Association, and now as Secretary-Treasurer on the board. And what you have done has been phenomenal for the department, for the volunteers, for the staff, as well as this community. And I just want to say this award you received was extremely well-deserving. And thank you for everything you've done.
You're here.
So now you can give an update.
I was actually thinking, how do I follow the crack filling discussion?
Well, there you go. It's a good segue.
And I will comment on a couple of things. Throughout life, we all get certificates for things and recognition and that kind of stuff. But this one was very special. I mean, it was from my peers, people I've worked with hand in hand for over 40 years around the state. And knowing what all of them do in their local communities and what they do day in, day out, just like all of you, right? To be sort of singled out and recognized is actually pretty special. So this one does mean something. I definitely appreciate the comments. It is not a singular event. I mean, we've got a staff that's phenomenal, as Candy knows, and as Chris knows, right? And we've been with them much longer than I have. And then we've got municipalities that are actually working with us, and we're working together in the board. So it's a team effort, and I generally appreciate the support we've been able to put together.
I would also like to interject here, you have a very lovely young woman sitting next to you here that I think needs to also be put out there for thanking her. This is Ruth Pickering, Randy's wife, and if you think about the many hours that she has gone without Randy being maybe at the dinner table or having to get up in the middle of the night or worrying about him, that says a lot about you, Ruth, as well as the support that there's a lot of things behind the scenes that the chief's wife does that a lot of people do not know. And many times, especially with new people coming on board, Ruth likes to meet with the significant others of staff members and just have a nice little chat about what does this mean, because as a firefighter and or an EMT, they're pulled away from their homes and from family functions and from the things that you just don't think about. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, weddings, everything. So, yeah, Ruth, what you do to goes without saying that you offer an awful lot to the department and the staff in this community too. So thank you very much for everything you do.
And I think as Chief Kowalski will probably comment or back me up on, the world has changed. And the threats and the dangers that our law enforcement officers, our firefighters, and our EMTs are faced with never used to exist, right? So it was one thing for spouses and significant others to let us go and miss Christmas Day or whatever. I just went to pick up some additional supplies.
I never came home.
But it has changed dramatically in the last few years, where now there is that genuine concern about, is my loved one going to come back? So it is. It's an interesting world we're living in, and we're trying to do the best we can in the situation. So, yeah, I'm married to a saint. And she also knows how to fix lawnmowers and...
Thank you, Ruth.
So, fire district report, a lot shorter than that. If you think we're busy, we have been. 97 calls last month. That added to the 85 the month before. It is a reflection of the amount of activity in the community and the things that are going on. So we have been very, very busy. Puts us about 10% ahead of last year. And of course, last year was a record over the year before. Last Thursday, I happened to be out of town on business, but last Thursday, the department had 14 calls. And I'm thinking, Chris, there were months, right, when you first started, we didn't have 14 calls.
Right.
Maybe 14 days with no calls.
So it's a reflection of what we're doing. So the staff is doing an amazing job. The other real, very positive story is the interfacility transfer thing that we're doing because we've advanced to paramedic and what that's been able to do in terms of people at the hospital. We're up to 47 interfacility transfers in the last 3 months since we started doing that for the community. And I think that's been an extremely positive thing. So a lot going on, but I appreciate all the acknowledgement and recognition. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's it for Fire District.
Okay, thank you. Mayor, alderperson, and staff reports. Wednesday, July 3rd, 4th of July Eve. Fireworks out at the park. Support the Lions Club. Go out there and hang out there and watch the fireworks. They always put on a good show. I'd like to congratulate Steve Stricker on his win yesterday. That was
Wonderful.
quite the performance this weekend, and not so bad the week before, so at least he was able to take all the limelight this week. So, and then I have one more thing. I intend to create a special committee to evaluate the long-term use of the Vets building. I'm going to request Fred Falk to chair the committee, being he's very involved with the veterans groups. And we'll have a resolution to create the special committee, and that'll be on the agenda next council meeting, the 14th, is that? 15th for the council consideration. Other than that, happy 4th of July, everybody. Stay safe. Don't blow any fingers off.
Or anything else. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?